Okay. Good morning. It is Sunday, the 23rd of March, and we are 2 weeks, or actually 13 days out, which sounds crazy. Always those last few weeks of prep come in very, very quick. Bearing in mind, I've been dieting since November. So we've been doing the do for a while now. I would have liked to have documented more of this prep, but we are where we are. The plan of attack for this year is exciting. It's very exciting. Going to dabble in some NPC shows via Two Bros for the first time, just to test the waters, dip the toe in, stand on stage with the physiques that are where I want to be. So first two shows, NPC, 2 weeks time, got a regional, week after that, a pro qualifier, dependent on how the regional goes, I would assume. And then a few weeks later, we're having a run at some PCA shows, and then into the universe as it stands at the moment. So exciting, very exciting. A majority of fat loss is done now. Still a little bit more to come, just off those final spots. The remnants of the glutes to come in, but things from the front are pretty much there. But glutes a little bit more from the hamstrings, and we're ready to go. So, plan of attack today. We have checked in. Some adjustments made. Actually pulled down food a little bit on both my training day and non-training day. So I run training day diet, non-training day diet, as a majority of people would. But pulled down some carbohydrates across both, and some fats that I still had on my non-training days. Pulled some fats out there just to see that shift a little bit more. So actually pulled cardio today. So cardio is out today. I'm not sure if that's going to remain the case for the rest of the week. Going to check in daily as we have been for a while, and just re-gauge kind of how things are looking, how things are moving, and more importantly, how things are feeling. Because one thing comparatively to last prep 2023 is that my legs have stuck around a little bit better. And of course, that's going to be part and parcel of more tissue accrual for the off season, but also a case of not hammering them away, and really running them down, running them too flat for too long, be that via training, be that via cardio, via steps, and they've just kept nicely, which I'm excited for. So cardio out today, which has been in place throughout the off season, and then into prep. Obviously things have been pushed up, tapered back down, dependent on feedback, dependent on check-in, dependent on movement. And the majority of that has been done on the cross trainer and the stairs. I absolutely loved the stairs. I'm a huge advocate of the stairs. But when doing the stairs, not holding on to the handles, obviously. But every rep is like slow, controlled, actually contracting glute, hamstring, feeling it. Every single step with purpose, not treating it as if it's some form of like sporadic hit work or anything like that. All whilst having heart rate elevated, circa that kind of 130, 140 beats per minute is kind of like the threshold for me. But today, cardio out, giving the legs some respite. I say cardio out, cardio's been switched to an incline walk on the treadmill. 110 beats per minute for half an hour. Steps remain where they are, which has been 10k for a majority of prep, unless we pulled down on high days and things like that. So cardio to tick off. We'll do some abs, we'll do some calves. I'm not going to record any of it because it'll be pretty boring. But I am going to take you through a full day of eating on this non-training day, which is the first run of these adjustments as well. So that will be the plan of attack. Run through what foods I'm eating. The quantities are irrelevant for anyone else, obviously, but just to give a bit of an insight as to how things are looking, can be useful. It's not going to be any bells and whistles or anything super exciting. It's going to be poverty. But we fucking love it. We love it. So yeah, I very much want this channel to be this channel. I want this YouTube to be, I want it to be real. It's not going to be any fancy editing. It's just not me. And I want people to have an insight into what it actually looks like when you live and breathe this game of bodybuilding. It is so important for me. So important for me. I've got goals, I've got standards. And like I said, I live and breathe it. I don't talk and not follow through with actions. I'm very much the opposite. I let the work do the talking, which I think is something that is massively lost in today's day and age. There's a lot of social media content which are, for the most part, young influencers, if you like. And I'm not that. I'm not an influencer anyway. My following would suggest, but I'm real. I walk the walk. And I hope you follow along, enjoy. It's also going to be, like, I want to have, aside from training, nutrition, bodybuilding, I want to document stuff with life as well. So I've got a family, got a beautiful fiance, we've got a doggo, we've got a home, and that all encompasses my bodybuilding as well. So post-prep, you best believe we're going to have some more lifestyle-friendly content, we'll say. I've got in my mind, I've got an itch to scratch with like a 10k food challenge. I think that's just a needs must. You can't have a YouTube channel and not do a 10k challenge, but we'll see how close post-show would do that. Wanting to keep the edema at bay for as long as possible. and really fucking nail this kind of post-show recovery phase, then into the off season. But some good content to come. So let's go. We've got cardio to do. We're gonna smash it. Energy's high, morale's high. What is there not to be thankful for? Let's get it. Right, we are home. Meal 1 prepped. Non-training day, as I said. We have here 150 grams of white potato, 200 grams of chicken breast, and 100 gram total vegetables, which I have 50 grams of cucumber and 50 grams of iceberg lettuce. And I've also got 2 grams of salt on here and a really moderate serving of some reduced sugar, low calorie ketchup. My chicken is seasoned with sweet cinnamon and some Italian herbs, some dried herbs, nice and basic, and that is all. The air fryer wonder. I genuinely, you'll see over the course of the weeks and months that my food is simple. My food is simple, but I fucking enjoy it. I really, really enjoy it. So, without further ado, I am going to get stuck in. Today, am I going to be hungry? Very likely. And one of the questions I get quite often from clients or from people that watch is, oh, I don't know how you do it. Don't know how you do that. How do you not know how I or anyone else does something consistently for a period of time? When you've got crazy big goals and aspirations and standards for yourself, you get shit done. You get shit done. Hunger is something that you just get comfortable with. That is it. It is not the end of the world. Do I remember my first prep or first times dieting, first experience dieting intensely, hunger being really difficult to manage? Absolutely. But like anything with repetition, consistency, it just gets better with time. And you learn to not resent those kind of feelings and kind of welcome them from a psychological aspect. Yes, you are watching me make a lettuce burrito. I love lettuce. I love cucumber. Simple as that. It's a very simple process, whether you're dieting, whether you're in your off season. making improvements dependent on what the phase is, what the goal is so simple. But it's made to be complicated, complex, by people who don't quite have the ability to do the same thing day in, day out, the mundane, the monotonous, the consistency, and be comfortable with that. The people are always searching for variety and difference and switching things up, whether that's training, nutrition, routine. They're often the ones that sell themselves short with the amount of progress that they can make. Whether that's slower rate of progress or no progress at that, because they're constantly chopping and changing. The fact that I've still got 150 grams of potato in is a blessing as well. A tip when preparing your potatoes: peel, soak, let the starch come out, boil. So once they've soaked, rinse them, boil on the hob until they go a little bit soft. Take them off, put them in the air fryer 10 minutes, or 12 minutes. Done. Skin off is purely for, I find personally anyway, they just digest a hell of a lot nicer. That, and you notice a little bit less kind of gas and things like that. It's less aggravation on the stomach. But simple. This to me is not boring in the slightest. It's chicken and chips. Like, what is there not to like? Even though right now that isn't the most important thing for me anyway. I couldn't give a shit what I'm eating. I genuinely couldn't year round. I could from a quality standpoint. I'm talking about the quantities of food. The question I always get asked: what are you most looking forward to eating? You know the ones. If you've competed before, you know exactly what I mean. And it's the same thing every single time for me. A whole egg, a runny egg. That's it. That and some sourdough, some smoked salmon. That's it. That is it. I'm so simple. So simple. Simple-minded. Got our morning supplements, our health supplements, which I'll run through probably in another video. It's a good day. Always a good day. I'm going to finish this meal because watching me eat for 10 minutes is probably not the most entertaining, but this is bodybuilding. This is the reality. You eat, sleep, shit, train, repeat. We are back. Mill 2. There won't be much movement from a recording standpoint from this this spot, this table today. The energy slumped. The movement I am doing is just for my steps. But we're in for Mill 2. The energy is at 0. And we have 40 grams of, just literally double checking, it's 40 grams of jasmine rice, 40 grams of rice, 200 grams of chicken breast, 50 grams of cucumber, reduced sugar, lower calorie, red sauce, 2 grams of salt on this meal. Do you know what? I'm actually just tired, aside from the hunger. The energy is a little taxed. We're good. We're good. We've got a warm plate of food. We've still got some carbs in this meal. What is there not to be thankful for? But we've still got food, full stop. What is there not to be thankful for? One of Benson's dog hairs. If I have a meal and it has less than 5 black Benson, yeah, you, best boy, 5 black Benson dog hairs in, we've had a good run. But yeah. I've actually got no season on this. Just salt. Like a pig in shit. Beth's out this morning. I say this morning, it's now 1:45. So we're actually a little behind on food. I did before this meal. I went and had an hour at the sauna, which is boring. Sauna, steam, just rotating between the two. Just 1, to kill some time. 2, just to have a nice sweat. And a little bit of push on recovery there as well. So, yeah. But Beth's been out this morning. She's at Pilates. Otherwise she'd be sitting beside me, I'm sure. Just a chilled Sunday is what we've got. Now, a piece of advice, and it can be a bit of a funny one when it comes to trying to play the satiety game in prep. You are fighting an uphill battle. All right, you are fighting an uphill battle. You need to firstly understand that you are never going to be satiated, regardless of what you do to a meal, how you try and prepare it, how much you try and volumize it. Quite often not those things that you do to try and give more substance to a meal, they actually become a bit of a detriment. They increase hunger. They can increase just discomfort around digestion and just general feel. Now that isn't to say that don't prepare your meals or make your meals taste how you like them, but you need to understand that there's kind of like a ceiling, a threshold for that. And it gets to a point where you just go, right, I can't do anything more to this meal. That's it. I don't try and volumize my cream of rice. I don't try and volumize my rice at all. My veg is the exact same every single day. It's cucumber and lettuce. My sauce portions are the same. I couldn't imagine lathering a ridiculous amount of sauce on a meal anyway. But you need to mentally, psychologically be comfortable with the fact that no matter what you try and do, you're going to be hungry. You're not going to feel satiated if you are sitting in a deficit and you are pushing for condition, which you should be. Listen, I've done the preps with the low calorie syrups, the calorie free sauces. They don't do anything. They just make you more hungry. They don't taste the exact same as the legitimate thing. You're fighting an uphill battle. You're just reinforcing hunger signaling. Those things will be back. They will be back. But with every bit of hunger that you have, or craving, or want for something, that want for a placing or your best look, your best possible package, your best version of yourself, the best version of yourself needs to sit higher on that list. Plain and simple. That was another Benson here. I remember I said jasmine rice. I don't actually use jasmine rice ever. And this isn't jasmine rice, this is basmati rice. I use basmati rice year round. Why? Because I like it. I prefer it to jasmine rice. And even in the off season, like I'm not actually a fan of the sushi rice, the jasmine. It just becomes too stodgy. It becomes too stodgy. It always feels a bit gelatinous and sits heavy in my stomach. And for me at that point, I'm unable to stomach or increase rice portions via basmati, then I'll look at other routes rather than switching to sushi rice or anything like that. But that hasn't been a problem so far in the off season, at least. So again, I'm gonna finish this, take this mouthful, and I will see you at what will be meal 3. Let's go. Speak of the devil, she's just turned up. I was recording. I am recording.
I just got your coffee.
Have you actually?
You said you were tired.
I literally have just said on here that I'm tired. What is it?
It is the new Colombian bean Americano.
What a time to be alive.
Is it nice? Yeah? Oh, I've got you some sweetener.
I don't want it, I'm alright.
You sure?
Yeah.
It was that or it was berry?
A berry tea.
You said tired and I said coffee it
I
is.
said, hell no, motherfucker. Thank you, darling.
Bag of the water split and just started rolling down the road. Hello, Tuna.
Every fucking time.
Hello.
You'd think they'd make a
I
different...
know. The ones with the handles on, surely. Did you want a bottle of water?
I'm right in a minute, thanks, babe.
It's a bit dented now.
Thank you for the coffee.
You're welcome.
How was it?
So good. Hard,
Yeah.
but good.
What did you have to do? Similar to what we done?
It was similar, but they used like a circle, like a resistant weight. So we had to put it like between our knees and then like press, and then we used it as like for our arms. Yeah, it was really hard.
Did you feel it in your adductors?
Yeah. Put everywhere.
Many in the class?
They were really small, like her room was like 6 people.
That's good.
Really nice.
Intimate.
Yeah.
I went and had a sauna.
Oh, you did? How was that?
Yeah, good. Boring. It is boring.
Yeah.
It was less busy than when we went.
Oh, nice. I bet. Sunday midday. Or early.
Yeah, 12 hours in there.
Yeah, that's nice. Right, sit down. Bloody hell. Sit down. Oh.
One thing, this prep, we got madness going on in the background. This is what it's like here. And it's actually been a massive, I'm not going to say improvement, but it's been a telltale sign that things have been better, more comfortable, in terms of sleep quality, headspace, and just general feel throughout the day. My use of stimulants has been super, super low. I could probably count on one hand. I could probably count on one hand the amount of sessions this prep that I have felt the need to use a stim pre-workout. And I haven't had, I think we've had 1 or 2 monsters this whole prep.
Yeah.
And that's not because I'm trying to not have any. If I wanted one, I'd have one. It's purely because I just haven't felt the want or need for it. Obviously, in turn, that less use, dependency, and impact that stimulants are going to have across the board. We need to remember as well that for enhanced bodybuilders, we're already very likely a majority of us using some stimulants in the background, RE, lipolytics, or fat burners. So just to try and lessen that blow, which, don't get me wrong, has been having my sleep for the most part be in a fantastic position. I have had some mornings where I've woken up at like 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3. Usual for me is like anywhere between, I'll say 5 and 6-ish maybe. But majority of this prep sleep has been good. Which, like I said, almost feels a bit like a juxtaposition because I feel a lot better than I did in 2023. All round. And the looks better. But then because I feel better, psychologically, mentally, you feel as though, well, hang on, I don't feel as bad as I did last prep. I'm obviously not lean enough. Which is not the case. The environment is just a lot lower stress driven, and we're good. And every prep's completely different. So I'm gonna enjoy this Colombian Black Death. Perfect temperature. And I will see you at what will be meal 3. Another poverty meal. But a meal nonetheless. Let's go. We are back for meal 3. We have last carbs of the day, I think. That's a question. No, we've got 1 more carb meal left. Then the last, just protein, and then protein and fats last meal. We have whey isolate in the creamy. You don't know, you get to know. I was, when the creamy done the rounds, one of those that I was like, oh, it's just a fad. It's like the air fryer. Then you get an air fryer and you realise they're actually really fucking good. And I wouldn't have bought myself a creamy, in all honesty. It was only that it was a Christmas present. But it's been a real nice addition to this prep, because there's been a good few meals that have been just kind of like lower carb or no carb and just protein in there, which whey protein or vegan protein for me is a protein source I use quite often, and then that just mixed with water is a game changer. So we have whey isolate, literally just, there's about 250 ml of water in there. Frozen overnight, made the night before. We've got another one in the fridge for final meal today. We've got some almond butter, and we've got some cream of rice, 40 grams of cream of rice. And this is us, lads and ladettes. Beth's yet to use the creamy as well. I'm trying to get her to use it because she can actually put decent, I say decent, but legit ice cream ingredients in there. So I'm looking forward to that post-show. As in some coconut milk. Sometimes these, when they're just with water, they can be just a little bit icy, but they're good. And cream of rice would usually be using an unflavoured one, just for preference, not for any special purpose, just for preference. Fine, they are still a little bit sweet as well. And it's nice. It just doesn't send my palate into overdrive wanting super sweet stuff. But this one, I think, is a custard cream of rice. Game changer has been making the cream of rice on the hob. I would usually be a boil kettle over cream of rice, but the texture was completely different when done on the hob, and it actually sits a lot nicer in the stomach, which is nice. Yeah. What are you fancying for dinner tonight?
Something with potatoes, I think.
Potatoes. I'm trying to think.
Could do like a mini.
Could do that Mediterranean
Oh yeah.
chicken and potato. We'll do that. Been on a roll the last few weeks of cooking Beth dinner every night. That has nothing to do with food focus. It is literally just something that I enjoy doing. I really enjoy cooking. It's just an awkward one when you're preparing a meal for someone, you can't try it to see if it's nice before you give it to them, and you're just sitting there like,
hope for the best.
Well, yeah, just chuck everything in and pray. So far, we've been all right. We've had one meal that wasn't a goer, and that was a fish finger sandwich.
Yeah.
Fish finger sandwich. I made my own coleslaw. Too much coal or too much slaw?
The coal.
Too much coal, too much carrot. Was it?
No, it was so saucy.
Too much mayo.
Yeah.
I got a bit trigger happy. That was me because I'm in prep. I'm like, is that enough mayo? No. What, do you know what just come to mind? How good the mayonnaise is from Five Guys.
In the burger?
No, when you put it in the pots.
I've not had it.
Oh, it's just different. It's just different. If you're watching this, let me know if you know about Five Guys mayonnaise. It's just different. Let me know.
You'll get me some.
I said earlier, I was up my arse all the time, like, what do I get cravings for? It's like, it's not cravings, but the only thing I want for it is like a runny egg. Runny egg, sourdough, salmon.
Can do that.
And a custard cream. And a cup of tea.
Cup of tea?
I don't even drink tea, but I can't have a custard cream without dipping it in.
Yeah.
If I'm having a biscuit, I'm dipping it in. Actually, I like dipping it in a coffee.
Yeah.
I'll dip it in a coffee. My old coconut cappuccinos. Coconut cappuccinos. That's what I look forward to.
Yeah. Wow.
So, meal free. We've got our cream of rice. We've got our fats in here. And we have, got brain freeze.
You okay?
No. Whew, took my breath away. Jesus. 50 grams of protein. Cool. 12 grams of fat and about 40 grams of carbs. So I'm going to finish eating this, work my way through a brain freeze, and we will be back for meal 4. Let's go. Yes. Good evening. Meal. Oh, it's a fucking Benny here again. Honestly, every time. Meal 5. What have we done since last meal? I've been chilling, watching some TV. Went out for a walk. Took Benny for a walk. Finished up steps for the day. We're back. Meal 5, and I have 220 grams of 5% beef mince and 100 grams of veg. Two grams of salt, a splash of reduced sugar, sodium ketchup. This meal and my last meal today have been 0 carb for a while anyway. Just the only change to the final meal is pulled some fats out. So I've just taken the dark chocolate out of that meal. So yeah, I've got beef and veggies. And Beth's got, how are the chips?
So good.
Yeah? Beth's got
Chicken?
she's
What
got
did you do with that?
you've got some chicken, kind of like Mediterranean-y chicken, some bell peppers, some courgette, some feta, and some crispy ass potatoes.
The secret recipe.
I was just about to say,
Secret.
we've mastered crispy potatoes in the air fryer. Not for me. Well, even mine are crispy, but these are crispier, but they're not prep friendly. So,
When you get down.
TBC for me. But they look extra crispy. ,90% of our cooking is in the air fryer now.
How many times do you think we've used our oven?
It is a shit oven, but
It's very shit, yeah.
it takes about
An hour to heat up.
an hour to heat up, and then just as long to cook. So air fryer all the way. Have you seen the air fryer lunch boxes?
No.
That heat up the food?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them.
Mm-hmm. Not even heard of them.
No. Yeah. So you put your Tupperware in it. You keep this bit at work, wait. Yeah. So the portable glass air fryer. So you have your food, take your lunch like that, and you keep the top bit like at work or in the car or something, and it just heats it up like that.
Wow. Clever.
Or cooks it. Yeah.
That's crazy. How much is that?
Only £180
Oh.
for one Tupperware. Mad. Right, gonna finish this and then meal 6. Let's go. We are getting ready the final meal, which is creamy. So whey isolate and what will be 20 grams of almond butter. Always, I feel like this isn't even something that a majority of people do. If you're weighing something from a jar, put it on the scales, zero it, rather than putting like your Tupperware or your plate onto the scales and then spooning it on, making sure you've got 10 grams, 15 grams, whatever it is, and put 17 grams on, I've got to take it off. You can just spoon out what you need, and it's so much easier, so much more accurate. So I've got 20 grams of almond butter here, which is just going to go in here. That's 12. And then 20 on the dot. 20 grams of almond butter. Creamy. Done. Evening supplements as well, which can go down with this meal and the last of my water for the day. So yeah, whey isolate. The only thing with the isolate is that, like I said, when you don't have the calories spare, when it's with water, it just goes a little bit like ice. So it does sound as though the creamy was doing an impression of a Boeing 737. But this is what it looks like. That's the consistency. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, that's what we're rocking with. So, lovely. That has been a non-training day. Full day of eating at 2 weeks out on the updated calories, macros, meal plan. It is what it is. Like I said, basic, not extravagant. I'm going to wrap up this video here. And I'm going to try and record at some point during the week. So, if you have made it to the end, I'd appreciate a subscribe, like, all of the goodness. You know the drill. You know the crack. And I'll catch you in the next one. Let's go. Peace.